Am I correct in assuming that most wedding creatives in America, if you're out overseas, I guess I can't speak towards that, but in America, should be setting
Right.
their business up as an LLC?
It's a no-brainer. I can't imagine the rationalization of why you'd want to be a sole proprietor. You're opening yourself up to a lot of, I think, unnecessary risks. An LLC is essentially created for ease of setup. You know, if you were looking at a corporation or something like that, we're talking about a whole nother ballgame. And this is probably, I think, most people's confusion when they go, how should I create and structure my company? So they're going to go to an article and then it's going to start talking about an LLC, a corporation, and it's going to mix talking about the legal structure as well as the tax structure. What gets very confusing is an LLC is flexible on the tax side. As an LLC, yeah, you can elect to be a sole proprietor, a partnership, or an S corporation. So it's super flexible.
Yeah.
From what my understanding of the whole corporation side is, it's really going to protect your personal assets, right? Like that's the main reason why you're going to want to move into the world of an LLC or a corporation.
For a lot of people, let's say, the sole proprietor that currently is not an LLC. So the way that works is when they go out and they shoot a wedding and they bring in money, that rolls directly into their personal income tax return. Same thing if you create an LLC and you elect to go the sole proprietor route. All the money that you're earning as a business is disregarded as an entity, and you are going to claim that on your own tax returns. So, essentially, for tax purposes, an LLC that's a sole proprietor, there is no separate business. You and the business are the same for tax purposes. And it's super confusing when you read that because IRS doesn't even look at that as a business entity. Now, let's say you go the route and you want to, do what essentially you're talking about, where you create an LLC, and then from there, you elect to be treated as an S corporation. So the situation we were mentioning before, all the money that you earn as a business is subject to self-employment tax. Now, let's say you go the S Corp election. Now you have, the IRS does look at your company as a separate company. It'll have its own tax return, and you essentially are an employee of the company. So then from there, you're making the decision to pay yourself a certain salary, and that portion is going to be subject to self-employment tax, all the taxes. And then from there, the distribution in excess of what you're paying yourself as a salary, that's where kind of the tax benefit, boils down to. So you're able to pay yourself money that is considered a distribution, and that is just essentially subject to less taxes.